Welcome back, everybody, to 100-Bit Plays Sonic for the Game Gear, Part 2. And now we are in Jungle Zone. It's an original zone this time. Well, Bridge Zone was original, but now Jungle is even more original. And to toot the game's horn, this is actually one of my favorite tracks from this game. Jungle Zone's theme is always pretty fun and exciting, and I thought it was a theme, after looking at it now, that I thought should have been in one of the main titles. But from right now with immediate memory, I can't think of a Sonic level strictly jungle themed aside from Jungle Run and Unleashed, but that's just me. For those monitors that have the arrow pointing downward, those are the checkpoint systems. And that obviously you die, you'll appear right at that monitor's location. But the weird part is, if you do die with it, then you see the checkpoint monitor again. If you don't want to start at the beginning of the level, you'll have to hit the checkpoint monitor again. It's a bit odd, but I don't know. It's a small nuance thing. I don't think it's something to be too nitpicky about. Oh, and there's the Chaos Emerald. All you have to do is sneak around or stay on that log until it takes you to a lower level, and you'll be all set. The Game Gear's, playing this game on the Game Gear won't have the same effect, but looking at it right now, especially right here, the waterfall, it's extremely exerting on the eyes. Like, I'm having trouble looking at it right now, and I apologize for the people who are having trouble looking at it as well, but, it's very odd. Once you give this game color or like a steady frame rate, all of a sudden everything looks kind of crazy on the waterfall. One thing that kind of bugged me, I don't give it too much slack, this is obviously just a simple logic problem, but how are the logs floating in the game? Actually, to bring it out in most games, Mario 2 also, why do the logs slowly fall down a waterfall? They're not trying to float up as it's falling. Oh well, I'm not trying to put too much thought into it. It's a video game. Alright, the seizure stage. This one's a vertical one, but apparently can still put you through hell. Nah, I missed the Kant box. Now I can't use one of my 9 above lives. Now I have to go through all those just to use it. No, I'm sorry, I already have 3 continues. What I thought was cool about the game is with the map function. It's a small thing that makes you feel a little bit more immersed. You're actually seeing yourself progress. You didn't see that in the Genesis version. They didn't give you like an overmap like, well, now here you are, or you're getting ever so closer to Eggman's base. So it kind of felt a little bit disjointed. But I like the way they do it in this game. Show you where you are and how close you are to the final part. And this is the first vertical level of the stage. Act 2 of Jungle Zone is a vertical stage, and I think it's actually crafted very well for Sonic's kind of platforming. It shows off his platforming controls, as well as keeps the game speedy in a bit of a different sense. Whereas like your platforming prowess is gonna show you prove to you how fast you can go through the stage, not just a straight running kind of way. Which I'm a big fan of. Avoid the standing on the logs too long, they will fall. And let me tell you, falling down in this stage will definitely be a pain. You're going to be going down pretty far. And I don't know about you, but for me, I don't know if anybody else has this problem. I always seem to have the worst luck on vertical sections. If I fall, and as I'm falling, I always miss these platforms that I could land on to save myself, like by the skin of my teeth. Every platform I zip past 3 or 4 of them, and I wind up at like the most bottom point I could ever go. I don't know. That's just me, honestly. But if anybody else, please sympathize with me on that bad luck. Actually, pretty fast stage if you get through it fast enough. And more seizure stage. And I can't remember if I have an attack in all of these. what I find annoying about the stages is that the yellow and green pillars, you bounce off them in very odd ways. Like sometimes you'll just glitch straight through them. If you haven't seen it before, you'll probably see it in this stage. There I go. You saw I went right at the top. I should have bounced up and maybe go upward. But no, I went right through it and bounced downward. Thank you, Beaver Eggman. I know. Whatever I did wrong. Still not sure. And, we are now at the boss stage. And, if you haven't seen already, you have to start these boss stages without rings. So one hit, you're gone. It's a bit of a challenge, but these bosses are... they're no trouble. For Jungle Zone's Eggman, his is once simple in the fact that he drops this little ball. It's gonna fall back and forth. And all you have to do is, jump over it. Granted, the physics can sometimes mess you up in that you bounce off of the machine and you land right on the ball and takes a hit. And I don't know if it's just me, but I would have the worst luck on those sides. You can fall off those sides and get a game over as well. I know during recording this I died a couple of times, but you guys won't see that, of course, because I am an editing aficionado, quote unquote. Oh, now the map is changed to the uppermost part of Southern Island, and of all the zones to bring back, it's Labyrinth Zone. And if you've seen the Sonic 1 Genesis playthrough, I'm not a big fan of Labyrinth Zone. And in more ways than just its level design. That's, by the way, yeah, your video's not messing up right now. This is genuine slowdown. Oh, and weird glitching that apparently makes me appear above water. Yeah, the physics are slowed down, once again, as if you were in water, and this is just, no fun. This is, no matter what game, no matter what controls you give, this is not fun gameplay for me. You're seeing that timer, right? Those are the slowest 5 seconds I've ever seen. If you stay in the water long enough, obviously you'll drown, but that timer... I don't know if it's the slowdown or just it being lenient with you. Alright, stop screwing around, pick up the... There we go. And there's no warning tune either, you're not going to get the drowning theme. As fun as it would be. This is the Game Gear, guys, there's not much that it can pull off. You'd think it would with 6 AA batteries. We jump on the ghost platforms here, they'll steadily rise, avoid the spike pits, of course. I can't confirm this or not, but if anybody can let me know, I was curious if in the Genesis version the regular shield power-up, it doesn't act as a bubble in the Genesis version, right? You don't drown. Or you do still drown even with the shield on. I can't remember. I don't even remember if there is a shield power-up in the Labyrinth Zones. Huh. Might need to go back and check that out. Or, if you leave a tip in the comments, that would definitely help. Oh, finally we're out of the water. There we go. Now we get some genuine platforming. And an extra life for our trouble. How swell. And we get to go to a seizure stage. How wonderful. I'm so happy. But yeah, we're at 3 emeralds and we're halfway there. And my score, I don't mean to brag, is pretty mediocre. Oh, by the way, if you fall here, no consequences. There's a flat. Yeah. Just a flat ground. Technically, I could just walk past this, but I feel like I haven't shown you guys the special stages as well as I should have. There you go. That's how we do it. Fling me around with absolute no control. Don't get me wrong though, guys. It is fun to do. I wasn't doing it on purpose, I had to say, but it is fun to do once you see it. And there hasn't been a point where I've gotten stuck infinitely, though. But that is the end of part 2, and we'll be seeing you guys in part 3, where we finally finish up the slow Labyrinth Zone. See you then.